whatever happens, do not show up to my wedding tomorrow and ruin everything. I absolutely cannot have Ivan's family know that I was raised in a poor household and have you embarrass me by mingling with them.
Are you being serious? That's got to be the worst joke you've played so far.
I am dead serious about this. His family runs an international precious gem trading network, and they rub shoulders with the highest levels of business, fashion, and politics. Many of those bigwigs are going to be at the wedding to congratulate him, and if they find out that the bride's sister is a janitor, they might call off the wedding. So I want to avoid you messing up my chance to finally get free of this life of poverty you raised me in.
But I did the best I could to raise you and give you as normal a life as possible. I raised you like my own child. How could you say something as horrible as to deny me the opportunity to see my baby sister get married?
Quit trying to act like a parent. It's gross. You didn't give birth to me, so you have no right to hang that over my head. And you raised me? All I needed you to do was shell out cash until I found a better person to fulfill my needs. So, thanks for supporting my lifestyle up till now. But that is no longer necessary.
Do you have any idea how much work it took to scrape up the cash to put you through school? What is up with your attitude now? You were always so gracious and humble when asking for and receiving money from me to support you.
Well, it was the best way to squeeze as much cash out of you as possible. Why else would I suck up to a janitor? In order to save up enough funds to put on an extravagant wedding and honeymoon to Monaco, I had to play the good little sister in distress. Finally, I'm done with that. Do you have any idea how demeaning that was for me? I should be praised for the acting and stress you made me go through.
Wait, so you really didn't need the money? All the money I sent you was for this?
I'm smart, aren't I? But even I was surprised you kept shelling out the amounts I was asking you for time and time again. Maybe I should have been an actress instead of working at this investment firm. This shows how little you know about the world, Alice. I was making decent money at my job and didn't actually need the money you sent. But with puppy dog eyes and a meek little cry for help, you blindly pushed your money my way. I almost felt bad for a moment, but it all worked out as I planned. I was able to pass myself off as a young woman from a well-to-do family that was going out into the world to make her own way. Men ate up that story, and it made bagging the best of them a piece of cake. You were an easy-to-open piggy bank that let me put on airs when I needed to impress potential suitors.
I can't believe that's the way you thought of me all this time. And here I thought things were tight for you because you just started working. So I did everything I could to support you.
You're so clueless. I didn't want to live with you anymore when I was in uni because you cramped my style. I just used the excuse that classes were tough and I couldn't spend extra time commuting from home or getting a part-time job. You unquestioningly sent me money, so I had an easy time cultivating a character of a well-to-do daughter that wanted to work for her bread. Everyone ate it up, and I then knew I could use this when I entered the workplace to make my life easier. So, thanks for that.
While I'm glad you're thankful for my support, why don't you want me at your wedding? What do you mean you're embarrassed?
This is this, and that is that. But look on the bright side. Now you don't have to worry about me or take care of me at all. From here on out, I can live off my husband and his wealthy family.
I know that you said you always wanted to be a housewife growing up, and now that dream is coming true. You don't need me anymore?
Yeah, the long and short of it was that I needed your money until I achieved my goal.
So, now you're treating me bad because you don't need my money.
Treating you bad makes me look like the villain. What I really want is to cut ties with you forever and leave my past 6 feet under in an unmarked grave. Do you have any idea how bad it looks to have been raised by a sister who never even got a GED after our parents died? If his family ever found out about all those stains in my past, there'd be no way they'd allow this marriage to go through.
Are you sure they would hold that against you? Those are all situations dealt to us through no fault of our own.
You need to understand that if you want to get a man at the level of my fiancé, you need to have at least a master's degree like me. You, Alice, never finished high school. There would be no way that you'd be able to keep up in a conversation with him or his family. It would be uncomfortable for his family to talk down to your level and mortifying for me to watch it unfold as you committed faux pas after faux pas.
While that may be true, both families should meet as a matter of courtesy, right? I'm sure they would understand our situation if we told them truthfully. I chose to raise you myself when I was in high school because none of our extended family stood up to take us in. I had no choice but to quit school so I could provide for the both of us.
I know all that, but that isn't my problem. You chose to do that yourself. With or without me, you would have had to work anyways. So stop trying to act like it was a huge sacrifice on your part. Quit being so condescending by acting like a mother to me and appealing to the fact that you raised me to get your way.
Now you're going too far. I really wanted to finish school and go on to college. And now the sister I raised refuses to let me attend her wedding?
In that case, get me a 5-piece Louis Vuitton travel bag set as a wedding present, and then you can come.
Is that expensive?
If you don't know, you can't afford it. The set I want is about 12 grand, but I'll make do with the 9 grand set if it's from you. A sibling discount, if you will.
That much for some bags and suitcases? Why do you even need that much luggage for a trip?
See, you just don't understand how things work in the upper classes. Obviously, you won't be able to afford that because I've sucked so much money out of you that I wouldn't be surprised if you end up in the poorhouse. But now you're free from your parasitic daughter. Congratulations! You can go live your life without worry and try to relive your lost youth.
After hearing your attitude, I don't know why you'd expect me to dish out that much money for some bags.
I can't believe someone of my own flesh and blood would deny her own little sister's last itty-bitty selfish request before getting married. I was right to not introduce you to his family. Your priorities are so messed up that they would have died from shock.
Speaking of that, you said that they were so busy that they were unable to free up enough time to meet me, so it would be fine if we just met on the day of the wedding. Don't tell me that was a lie as well.
Give her a prize, folks. She just figured it out. Of course, it was a little fib on my part. As far as they know, you don't even exist, and I fully intend to live the rest of my life like you don't. That's why if you show up, it'll throw a wrench into my plans and miss everything I planned up.
So, if you're hiding the fact that our parents died, what did you tell him and his parents?
I just hired some actors to play the part of my parents. It was perfect. They dressed perfectly for the part and said everything to make me look the part of a wealthy socialite scientist. Isn't it amazing? You can rent anything in today's day and age. So I'm just hiring them for tomorrow's wedding as well.
I have no idea why you would go so far to cover up your own past.
It should be obvious to anyone with two brain cells to rub together. He comes from a family of real wealth and prestige. Do you know how embarrassing it would be if they found out my own sister didn't even graduate high school? It would be an insult to them to introduce someone like you to them. I mean, his sister works overseas as a consultant to several major industry tops. It's painful to think that we both have older sisters, but the gulf between the two is so great that they hardly seem like the same species.
Overseas, huh? Well, it's comforting to know that his family is stable and supportive, but I really think that lying to them is a bad idea.
How would they ever find out? I'll just tell them that my parents went to live overseas after we get married, so that should cover it. And for what reason would either family ever meet up again except for a wedding? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I've thought everything out, so there's no way anything could go wrong.
Covering your tracks isn't the issue. I'm just telling you that if the truth comes out, it'll cause more trouble than just telling the truth.
I'm a smart girl. I'll figure something out if that unlikely situation comes up. Also, since I'm cutting ties with you, it's not your problem, and having you worry about me is a hassle. Hopefully, this is the last time we ever speak. So, have as good a life as you can, trying to stay out of poverty.
You can't really be serious about all of this. Lucy! Lucy? Alice, long time no see. How have you been? I just flew in this afternoon and will be in town for a few days. Let's meet up. Karina, you're in town. What a pleasant surprise. Free-spirited as always, I see. I wanted to see you so bad. Me too. My brother is getting married tomorrow, so I decided I should at least show up for that. Will you be free the day after tomorrow to meet up? Congratulations! I can't believe that little crybaby's already old enough to get married. I know. The years start coming and they don't stop coming, do they? We're almost 30 ourselves. By the way, isn't your little sister not so little anymore? She must have just finished university and started working, right? Yep, and what a coincidence. She's getting married tomorrow as well. Congrats to you too. Oh, we're both going to be so busy tomorrow with weddings. We can talk about and compare notes on them afterwards. That's what I was thinking too, but she just told me that she wants to cut ties with me completely and not to show up at her wedding tomorrow. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Alice, you raised her yourself after your parents died. It was a shock to me as well. I actually just finished talking to her. I've been in a bit of a daze until you showed up. I believed that I raised and cared for her, but she thinks all I did was pay for her way where she is now, so I'm not necessary anymore. Isn't that a bit messed up? Because of what happened to you guys, you had to start working in junior high, right? Even then, she should be grateful that you paid for her way through school. Now she wants to cut ties with you? That is the most selfish thing I have ever heard. She says she's embarrassed that I never graduated high school and work as a janitor. It seems like her fiancé's family is extremely well off, and I make her look bad. So she hired some actors to play the part of her parents and planned it all out so no one would learn about me. That is unbelievable. How low is she willing to sink? So she's basically conning her fiancé and his family. Put that way, yeah. My God, that's absurd. If I were in your shoes, I'd flip my lid and kick down the doors to her wedding. You have to go tomorrow and show her what's what. She says I need to bring a 10 grand travel bag set as a gift for her if I want to make a show at her wedding. 10 grand? What the hell is she thinking? Is what I thought as well. It's not a matter of price so much as how wasteful of a purchase it is. Does anyone need 5 bags to travel anywhere? Alice, sorry, but that's not the salient point here. I love how you always see points differently from everyone else. But why should the woman who sacrificed half her life for her need to provide such a gift? She even went so far as to admit that she only acted innocent and vulnerable in front of me in order to get me to send her money. Can you believe that? Thinking back on it now, it just seems more and more ridiculous for me to hold any familial love for her, seeing as she was just using me. What she's done is absolutely unacceptable. Alice, you have to go to the wedding tomorrow and confront her. If she really wants to cut ties with you, make sure it happens face to face in front of witnesses. I don't know. After weathering all she said, I don't know if I ever want to see her face again. Just imagining her face right now fills me with sadness, anger, nostalgia, and tons of other conflicting emotions. If things are going to end between us, I want it to be clean and know it's what she really wants. That'll be my last gift to her. And after that, meet up with me and we'll drink our problems away for at least one night. If it weren't for my own brother's wedding, I'd have flown in just to give your sister a piece of my mind and the back of my hand. Sorry I can't be there for you tomorrow. It'll be fine. Don't worry about me and have fun with your family tomorrow.
Would you mind telling me why you're here? I told you that I didn't want to see you here.
I know, but I just wanted to see your face one last time. I know that I can't enter the hall without an invitation, so I thought that I might be able to catch you on the outside and speak with you one last time.
I told you to cut it out with this mother-birding bullcrap. You brought the bags I wanted, didn't you? If you dragged your butt out here to see me, then you at least had the good sense to bring what I wanted, right? Then just leave it at the reception desk without your name and beat it. I don't want anyone to see you and draw any unnecessary attention to how similar we look.
Of course I didn't bring such a ridiculous gift. Why can't I see my sister for a few minutes on her wedding day?
I don't have time to deal with janitors that can't even gift their own sister a small present on her wedding day. Get lost and never show your face around me again.
If that's what you really want, I'll go.
Yes, it is. I can finally be rid of your poverty aura and start my life out without any familial baggage.
I understand who you really are now and just came to say goodbye. My bit of sisterly advice is, your lie can't last forever, so come clean before it really hurts.
Yeah, whatever you say, side character A. Thank God and goodbye. Alice, where are you now? Come back here right now.
And who might you be?
Quit joking around. It's me, Lucy.
Oh, you. Well, I deleted a person named that a couple of minutes ago from my contacts because they wanted nothing to do with me ever again.
This is not the time for that. How can you treat your baby sister like that?
I had a sister named Lucy, but she wanted more than anything to cut ties with me, so I decided to give that to her as her wedding present.
Please! I need you here right now.
I'm on my way home. What's up, stranger A?
My fiancé's sister is livid at me and the church is in an uproar. Is she really a friend of yours?
Oh, you must be talking about Karina. Yeah, I was surprised when she called me yesterday.
What are you talking about?
Karina and I have been best friends since junior high, and we meet up whenever she flies back into town. We talked yesterday and she said she was in town for her brother's wedding. Who would have guessed that her brother was your fiancé? What a small world.
How can this be happening to me? This can't be happening.
Apparently, she saw you cursing at your phone, saying something about a sister, and put two and two together. She caught me outside just before I got in my car and we had a chat. I told her that the sister I'd raised for half my life wanted to cut ties with me, and she told me that sister was her brother's fiancé. I thought that was a bit funny.
Why would you go around telling people private matters like that?
To think that little boy would grow up and hook up with my sister. What a crazy chain of coincidences.
That's not the point. Why did you tell her what I said to you?
She's my friend, and how was I to know that she was connected to you through her brother? I was pretty surprised when I saw her at the church, no doubt. I told her what happened and she erupted like Mount Toba. She stormed off to the church saying she'd tell her parents, and I just watched her go because there's no stopping Karina when she gets an idea in her head.
And you're just going home after all that?
With a glass of champagne in my hand, yes. Things must be really heating up for you there, huh?
I locked myself in one of the basement bathrooms trying to figure a way out of this.
Oh, did all your lies blow up in your face already? I thought you had contingency plans for everything. Or maybe use your silver tongue to lure people to your way of thinking. Those two actors you hired to play your parents must be sweating bullets now.
Oh my God, what should I do? Ivan and his whole family are pissed off and looking all over for me. I heard they want to call off the whole wedding. They're raving that I'm an untrustworthy harlot, and Ivan is constantly pinging my phone.
What did you expect? Look, I told you lying was a bad idea. You ignored me, and you're now reaping what you sowed. How do you like them apples?
Well, I didn't think that I'd be found out in this way. This is all your fault. You came even though you weren't invited and blew my cover. Come back here and fix this mess. This never would have happened if it weren't for you. I only had the best of intentions and you screwed up all my plans.
Quit being a Queen Karen about all this. You were gonna be found out sooner rather than later. I was gonna hang out with Karina tomorrow anyhow, and it would have come to light then. One look at the pictures would have blown it all out of the water, and you'd be in the same mess you're in now. It's things like that that pull the curtain back on The Wizard of Oz.
Please, I am begging you to come back here and calm everyone down here. You're the only one who could convince everyone to leave me alone and get the wedding back on track. So, as my final request to you, please fix this problem.
No way, Jose. You wanted to cut ties with me, right? Well, hope you're enjoying your first day free from the tyrannical rule of your gullible sister. How could you possibly think I'd help you after you admitted to how much you took advantage of me? You cried wolf a few too many times, and now no one trusts you.
You're my sister, right? Older sisters should come to the aid of their younger sister no matter what. Your baby sister is in dire need of your help now, so get over here and save me!
I've been patient and long-suffering as your sister for long enough. I took responsibility for you when no one else would. I did the best I could to raise you to adulthood without relying on anyone else. All that time, I honestly thought you appreciated the sacrifices I made for us and worked even harder to make our lives better. You said yourself that I should go out and enjoy my life, and I decided to start that today.
Why are you so loquacious today? I have never seen you so snarky.
That would be the champagne speaking.
You're drinking and driving?
Heck no, my driver is.
Driver? You hired a car for today?
They belong to my company.
Your company let a janitor borrow a car with a driver.
It's my company.
Wait, but you're just a janitor.
Yes, I started as a janitor when I was 15 and worked till I was asked to take over the company when I was 20. I grew the company into the largest janitorial services provider in the state and sell our in-house produced cleaning goods around the world. So I have a little leeway with money.
Then why won't you help me if you're actually rich?
Because I know how hard it is to earn money. For the longest time, I hoped you wouldn't take after the rest of the family that abandoned us. But DNA is pretty hard to beat. I'm done helping you and have no intention of helping you out of this. Goodbye. So the truth was that I'd hit it big as the CEO of a fast-growing janitorial business. The frugal part of me kept me dressing in my old janitor's uniform daily and taking the bus to work every day. By the time Lucy found out I wasn't as poor as she'd thought, it was too late to rebuild the bridges she'd so joyously burned behind her. Ivan and Karina's family called off the wedding on the spot and left without looking back. Lucy's dream of being a socialite housewife was shattered at that moment, and she couldn't return to the company she'd been working at because of its connections to Ivan's family, and she'd been given a grand send-off when she announced her engagement. So, now she's scrambling to find a new job where she won't run across people that knew her in her old life. Her inability to feel gratitude to the person who took care of her in her most troubling time led to a life where she now has to struggle alone. Thank you for watching to the end. If this video made you feel just desserts were served, please leave a like. Everyone else, leave a comment. And as always, please subscribe.
Hey Olivia, listen to this. Rowan just got married.
What? Really? That's great. Congratulations.
He didn't tell anyone he was gonna get married. He said he just ran off and eloped the other day. We were all surprised. I didn't even know he was seeing anyone.
He eloped? I hope he didn't drive all the way to Vegas to do it. But I guess it doesn't surprise me. Rowan's pretty spontaneous like that.
Yeah, you're right. Like the time he didn't tell anyone and just took a semester off college to travel overseas. And then when he did graduate, we all assumed he'd start looking for a job, but instead he up and started his own business.
You've got to admire his spontaneity, though. The next time we see him, we'll have to celebrate his marriage with him.
Yeah, we will. But before we do that, you should probably go on a diet.
What?
Rowan sent me a picture of his wife. She's insanely gorgeous.
She is. Good for him.
She's nothing like you. She's got a perfect body. Her hair, her eyes, her skin, it's all perfect. She looks like a movie star. If you were in the same room as a woman like her, everyone would know you're ugly.
Excuse me?
If we go see my brother, his wife's obviously gonna be there too, right? I'm just saying, you look like a farm animal in comparison. So you'd better start going on a diet right away. I don't want you to feel bad when we see them.
Did you just call me a farm animal?
I'm just saying, you made some poor choices in life. You don't look like you did in college anymore. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you she's not a movie star, but she did used to be a model. How about that? He married an actual model. That's how beautiful she is.
Well, good for her. It sounds like she really is gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, if only I was more like my brother and married someone beautiful. If I'd done that, I'd be so much happier than I am right now.
What has gotten into you? Don't talk to me like that.
I'm just saying it'd be nice to wake up in the morning and not have a farm animal be the first thing I have to see. He gets to wake up to a beauty every day. He's living the dream. That little bugger. I am so jealous of him.
Really? You need to stop. I'm serious.
Oh yeah? Before we go and meet my brother's wife, make sure you clean the dirt from under your fingernails too. If you did that, you'd at least make yourself slightly more presentable.
Olivia, did you hear? Did you hear the news? My little boy just got married. I did. James told me. I hear he found a beautiful woman to be his wife.
He did? I'm so happy. He sent me a picture of her. She's so slim and beautiful. She's like a Barbie doll. You know, when I was young, I used to look like that too.
Really? I had no idea.
Oh, I couldn't be happier for him. He's got such a beautiful wife. I bet their kids are gonna be just the cutest things. I wish Rowan would have gotten married first, so my husband and I could have moved in with them instead of with you.
What?
I bet we'd have so much fun living with someone who was as beautiful as that. Maybe things wouldn't feel so mundane like they do living with you.
You know what? I was just thinking something along the same lines.
Is that so?
I was thinking it would have been nice if maybe you'd moved in with someone else as well. That way, maybe I'd be enjoying each day a little more too. I thought we were being nice letting you come live here to help you out with your financial situation, but I can see you're not very thankful for what we did for you, are you?
Pardon me?
I really wish I wouldn't have given in as easily as I did when James brought up the idea. We'd have so much more money if we weren't paying all of your bills as well as our own. That, and I wouldn't have you nitpicking every single thing I do, like how I do the laundry, clean the house, or cook dinner.
What are you talking about? How dare you say that to me? You're making it sound like we're the ones putting a burden on you and making your life hell.
I'm not making it sound any particular way, I'm just stating facts. Did I say anything that's not true?
You're making me sound like some kind of witch. You're the one who doesn't know how to do anything properly around the house. Couldn't be surprised you'd say something that mean to me. I should have known. You'd have an ugly personality to go along with that ugly face of yours. I don't know why James ever married you in the first place. You're useless.
And yet, without this useless, ugly woman, you and your husband wouldn't be able to support yourselves, would you? I don't charge you any rent. I pay for all your bills and for all your food. Your old age pension doesn't cover a fraction of your expenses. That's why you had to move in with us in the first place.
Shut up! I don't need to hear any lip from you, you ugly cow.
Ugly cow. That's your comeback?
Yeah, and I know Rowan's wife would never talk to me the way you do. She's beautiful on the outside, so I know she's beautiful on the inside. She'd never say mean, ugly things like that, you ugly cow.
Well, I hope you're right. Anyway, I'm off to do the grocery shopping. Otherwise, someone wouldn't have anything to eat for dinner tonight and would have to starve. Goodbye.
Hey, Olivia, I took all your stuff and put it outside. You can sort it all out yourself sometime.
Huh? All my stuff.
I'm a nice guy, so I'll let you use my tent and sleeping bag. You're gonna be sleeping outside from now on. It's no big deal, right?
Huh? I don't follow. Why would I be sleeping outside?
You never had much before you moved in with me, so a 5-man tent should be plenty of room for everything. If you find there's not enough room in it, you can always buy your own tent.
Wait, what is this? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Why are you saying I have to sleep outside?
Well, the thing is, I had a long talk with Rowan and his wife the other day.
Okay, and? What does that have to do with anything?
From today on, they're gonna be living with us.
What?
Well, living with me and my parents at least. You'll be in the tent.
Is this some kind of joke?
Well, his wife at least.
What are you talking about?
Rowan is growing his business, so he's got to be overseas for 6 months or so, maybe even a year or more. He doesn't know yet. But his wife doesn't want to leave the country, so she's staying behind. He's going to be living over there for a while, so he's got to get an apartment over there. He doesn't want to pay for 2 apartments, so he's getting rid of the one he's in. But his wife still needs a place to stay since she's not going with him. He asked if she could stay with us, and I said yes. I mean, I only said yes because I didn't want such a beautiful woman to be all alone. She'd be scared without other people around.
He really seems to care a lot about his wife, huh?
Of course he does. She's beautiful. You wouldn't want to catch like that getting away, would you? Not that I would know that feeling. I'm stuck with you.
I told you not to talk to me like that anymore.
Oh yeah, my parents think this is a good idea too. They're looking forward to her moving in here with us. So like I said, she's moving in with us today, but we don't have enough rooms for all of us. It's only a 3-bedroom house after all. My parents have 1 bedroom and you and I each have 1.
Hang on a minute, why do I have to be the one to sleep outside?
Because you refused to sleep in the master bedroom with me. You had to have your own room. That's why we can't share a bedroom.
That's not true. The reason I need a separate bedroom is because you snore so loud and you refuse to see a doctor about it. No one could sleep in the same room as you. It's not possible. And that second bedroom and the master bedroom share the master bathroom. They both have a door that leads right into it from opposite sides. I don't want you walking into the bathroom from your side if she's already entered it from her side. What if she's having a shower or getting changed in there?
I'll be careful, I promise.
And how come I didn't get any say in this? You just said you discussed it with your parents, but this is the first I'm hearing about anything.
I don't need to discuss it with you. This is my house and I make the decisions.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, it is. And that means you do what I say. You don't get any say in this. What makes you think you have the right?
I'm your wife?
I've already decided. From tonight on, you're sleeping outside. Stop complaining. It doesn't matter where you sleep. It's not like sleeping in the house gets you any beauty sleep, I'll tell you that. Who knows, maybe sleeping outside will help with your complexion, because sleeping inside obviously doesn't.
Quit screwing around. This isn't funny.
What did you say to me?
James, are you being serious right now? Do you seriously think making your wife sleep outside in a tent while you bring some other woman into the house to sleep in your wife's bed is a good idea?
I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it to help out my little brother and his beautiful wife. Where else is she gonna go if I don't help her out? Beautiful people always get special treatment. That's how it's always been and how it always will be. That's just the way the world works. Why is it only the ugly people who complain about that? I just don't get it.
How dare you? If I'm so damn ugly, why did you marry me?
Like I told you before, you looked better when we were younger. You let yourself go. You didn't take care of yourself, and this is what happened. Did you not think there'd be repercussions? The way I look at you is, you conned me. You're a con artist. You made me think you were pretty and cared about your body, but that was just to draw me in. Once you got me, you turned into a fat, smelly slob.
What did you just call me?
What? You got a problem with that? Does the ugly con artist have a complaint about what the man of the house just said? Because if you do, I'll divorce you right here and now. Don't think I won't.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
If I divorce you, that'll free me up to find a beautiful wife to take your place. Sounds like win-win for me. I swear if you complain about this, I'll divorce you right away. I'm not playing.
Whatever.
Don't forget you're not a looker anymore. Believe me, I'm the only one who was stupid enough to marry you. No one else is ever gonna marry you. Certainly not looking the way you look now.
How much more are you gonna insult me? Are you enjoying this? Haven't you had enough? I can't believe you. You're horrible.
Oh, shut up. I'm tired of listening to you yap. Don't you get it? You have to do what I say. You have no choice. From tonight on, you sleep in the tent outside. If you don't like it, we're getting divorced. Got it?
And you don't think you're gonna regret this?
Of course not. Why would anyone in this house regret you sleeping outside? Olivia, get up and make some breakfast. What's wrong with you? It's past 9 o'clock and my breakfast isn't on the table yet. I'm gonna keep messaging your phone until you wake up and get in here.
What do you want?
Just because you're sleeping in a tent now doesn't mean you get to shirk your responsibilities. So get in here and cook my breakfast right this instant.
Who exactly do you think's gonna make you breakfast? I'm never stepping foot in that house again.
What did you just say?
I've already left. You put all my stuff outside, so it wasn't hard to leave. I'm divorcing you. The first thing I did this morning was pick up the divorce papers.
Don't give me that. You're not divorcing anyone.
Yes, I am. I'm dead serious. I've had all I can stand of you. You said yourself you'd divorce me if I didn't like it. And I don't like it. So divorce me.
Hey, come on now. I know I said that, but you can't be serious. Do you have any idea what you're saying right now?
Yeah, of course I do.
You must be crazy if you're gonna divorce me just because I made you sleep outside in a tent.
I'm not crazy.
If you divorce me, you'll have no way of supporting yourself. What do you think you're gonna do without me? An ugly woman who's been divorced? You'll never get another guy. Nobody's gonna want you. You're not just ugly, you're damaged goods. You're nothing without me.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care what you think. I want a divorce. What's your problem? Isn't that what you wanted? If you divorce me, you'll be able to find that beautiful wife you've always wanted.
Hey, that's right. Now that you mention it, that does sound like a good idea. I will divorce you, even though I know you'll regret it later.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see. So it's settled. I'll fill out the divorce papers and send them to you to finish signing. Don't worry, I don't want anything from you, so you'll have no reason not to sign them. And as soon as you sign them, make sure you hand them in so we can get this over as quick as possible. I want to be free from you by the end of the week.
Hey, where are you right now? You're still in this city, aren't you? I want you back here right now.
Huh?
My brother's wife is driving us all crazy. She's lost it. Get your butt back here right now.
What do you mean she's lost it? Is she too beautiful for you to look at or something?
No, I mean, well, she's beautiful, but not as much as... Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean the way she's acting. She's a complete handful. Please, you gotta get back here.
What?
She refuses to do anything around the house, and she's being really mean.
What? Someone in your family being mean? No way!
She keeps saying her only job is to be beautiful. She doesn't go out and work, and she doesn't lift a finger around the house either. And she acts like she's better than everyone else here and treats us like crap.
Oh wow, a beautiful woman who thinks she's better than everyone else. Who'd have thought, huh?
I even got a hold of Rowan to see if he could do something about it. But he told me that those were the stipulations when they got married, so he can't do anything about it either. So his solution was for me to just put up with it and to do what she says until he moves back to America.
I see.
That's when he told me his wife used to work as a stripper downtown. Apparently that's how he met her. He fell in love with her immediately and wanted to marry her. He said he spent thousands upon thousands of dollars going there to see her every night. He promised her that she'd never have to work again and that he'd take care of her financially forever if she just married him. Eventually she agreed. That's why he said he can't do anything about it. He can't make her do anything.
Your brother loved her that much, huh? I'm not sure I would call that love, but
it doesn't matter how he met her or what the circumstances were. The point is she's too high maintenance for us and we can't stand her anymore. She's treating me and my parents like we're her servants. She makes us do everything for her.
That's too bad. It sounds like you've got it pretty rough over there, huh?
It's not just that. She's saying that she doesn't like the way I look at her. She says it's creeping her out. So she's charging me a fee for her to live here. She's calling it the living with you tax.
What? The living with you tax?
She said it's because I creep her out so much that she's charging me because she has to put up with it. Does that make sense? I don't think I even fully understand what's happening here. This is crazy. Instead of her paying rent to live here, it's like I have to pay her to live here now.
She really is something else, isn't she?
You don't get it. Do you have any idea how much she's asking me to pay her? She wants $1,000 a month.
What? James, don't tell me you're actually paying it, are you?
Well, I did this month because I didn't know what else to do. She said if I didn't, she'd kick me out of the house and make me live in the tent. It was either pay her the $1,000 or start living in the tent. She made me choose.
You mean the tent you set up for me?
Yes. I don't want to live like this. This is terrible. So I'm begging you, won't you please come back? Either that or come take me away from this place. Let's live together again. Just the two of us, no one else.
What are you talking about? We're divorced. I don't want to live with you ever again.
But you're lonely, aren't you? All alone. You miss me, don't you? You still have feelings for me, right?
No, not at all.
What?
So, anyway, have fun with your new living arrangements. I hope you enjoy it.
Olivia, are you there? You've got to save us, please.
What is it now?
We don't have enough money to live. Can we have $3,000? I mean, even just $1,000. We just really need to borrow some money.
Why?
Rowan's wife won't eat cheap food. No frozen dinners, no meat from the grocery store, nothing. In fact, she won't eat anything from the grocery store we usually shop at. She makes me buy everything from some specialty food shop. Everything has to be organically grown and all the produce has to be locally grown. And I don't think the meat that she makes me buy even has any meat in it. I don't know what this stuff is. All I know is it's easily 2 or 3 times the price I'd usually pay. And I don't think she showers either. I don't mean she's dirty, I mean she takes baths. Really long baths. 1 in the morning and 1 at night. Her water bill is through the roof. And she keeps lights on in the middle of the day. And the TV's never turned off. We have the same number of people living here as when you were here, but our bills have more than doubled.
Okay, and why exactly did you think your son's ex-wife would lend you money for that?
Because you were paying for everything before. I know you have a good job. I know you make enough to afford it. You can lend us at least a little, can't you?
Don't you think you should ask your son to help you before you ask his ex-wife? James was the one who agreed to let Rowan's wife live there. Don't you think James should be paying all the bills?
He should be, but he can't. That's why I figured I'd try asking you. Why can't you understand that?
Why can't he?
Because he was fired. The only income this house has now is from me and my husband's pension. That's not enough to support 4 people, especially not with how much Rowan's wife spends.
What? He was fired?
Yeah. He was desperate to find a suitable new wife and hell-bent on doing it right away,
So he started hitting on every single woman in his office. But the women were getting really uncomfortable and notified HR. It doesn't matter, the details aren't important. The long and the short of it is that he ended up getting fired. Sounds like he did something really stupid, huh? That's James for you. Can't believe this. He worked for one of the best companies in town. I'm so embarrassed that he got fired from there. And for the reason why? Well, it's Rowan's wife causing all the money problems, right? So get Rowan to help you out. He's growing that new business of his. And James said Rowan was spending thousands of dollars on his wife before they got married. So he must be doing well for himself. It sounds like he's got enough money to support all four of you as well as himself. How about that? It seems that Rowan doesn't have any money for himself. Every cent he ever made has gone to his wife. What? All of it. Rowan said so himself. He said that that was part of the stipulations of their marriage. She got all his money. Every cent he makes goes to her and she pays the bills. Whatever is left over is hers. Apparently, he can't force her to give us any of it. Not one red dime. It's all hers and she can do whatever she wants with it. Well, in that case, I guess you have no choice but to tell her what's going on and to ask her to pay at least her share of the bills. I asked her to do that long ago. She said she's a guest in our house, so she's not paying us a dime. Is that right? She won't give us any money and she won't do a thing around the house. She's a horrible person. Can't believe my son married her. She told me that if we can't afford to pay the bills, then all three of us better look for jobs and start making money. My husband and I are retired. How dare she say that to us? And she said she'll only use the money she gets from Rowan to make herself beautiful. And that's all she does with it. We're struggling to pay the bills and she's out getting manicures, pedicures, going to spas and beauty salons. Oh, she's horrible. Wow. It seems she's not as great of a daughter-in-law as you thought she was, huh? You know the saying, even a beautiful rose has its thorns. I'd rather live with you. You're 1,000 times better than she is. Rachel, come on now. You can't mean that. Didn't you tell me that a beautiful person like her is beautiful on the inside too? And an ugly woman like me is just as ugly on the inside. I take back everything I said. I'm sorry. So please, you've got to come back and save us. Is that right? I've got to, huh? You have to get Rowan's wife out of here. Please, I'm begging you. Come back and live with us again. We need you. No, I'm not interested. I'm finally free from all of you. I never want to go back to that place or to any of you. But if you come back, everything will be fine. You won't have to support us ever again. I promise my husband and I will put all of our pension towards bills instead of spending it on ourselves. And I'll do all the housework. You'll never have to cook or clean again. That sounds good, doesn't it? So please, come home. We need you. I don't think that's enough of a reason for me to go back there. Is there anything else? Of course there is. I'm going to be on your side from now on, I promise. You'll never be alone again. That's enough to make anyone happy, isn't it? Huh? On my side? Yes. Ever since Rowan's wife came, it's been all about her. She's been doing whatever she wants and spending all of her money. Yet no matter what I say, neither my son nor my husband will step in and do anything about it. So, I've been trying my best to get her to leave this place, and the guys say they're on my side. So I try to stand up to her. But the moment I say anything, she gets tears in her eyes, and those two men immediately take her side and get mad at me for making her upset. James actually told me off in front of everyone for being too hard on her, even though just minutes earlier, those are the things he told me to say to her to get her to leave. It sounds like your husband and your son are too weak to stand up to her, and too stupid to realize that she clearly has them wrapped around her finger just because she's beautiful. I know. And they make me out to sound like the bad guy. All they do is ogle over her and do whatever she tells them to do. They're both completely useless. Sounds like things are really bad for you over there, huh? It sounds like nobody is on your side. Everyone's against you, huh? I know exactly how you feel right now. You do? I knew you'd understand. I knew I could count on you at a time like this. It's because we've lived together for so many years already. We think alike. That's why I need you to come back home. I need you to restore peace in this house. We can do it together. So when do you think you can be back here? Can you come right away? I'm not going back there. What? But you said you understand. I said I understand how you feel, but that doesn't mean I'm going to help you.
It doesn't matter how bad things get for you over there. It's got nothing to do with me. I don't live there, and I divorced your son. I have no connection to any of you, and that place has absolutely nothing to do with me anymore either.
Wait, Olivia, what are you saying? I told you, if you come back, you'll never have to do housework ever again. And I won't do anything to upset you ever again. That means we can all live together in peace. So don't abandon us.
I've said all I want to say. Goodbye.
What?
I wish you and your family all the best. Goodbye. It seems that even now, James, his parents, and Rowan's wife are all still living together. From the rumor that's going around, Rowan decided to build his wife and family a new house so that his wife didn't have to live in James's old one anymore. I guess his wife was okay with the idea because she let Rowan use some of his own money to do it. But from what I heard, a big chunk of the money used for the new house came from the sale of James's old house. I don't know how they managed to get James and his parents to agree to that, but it seems they did. The new house's design was completely Rowan's wife's idea. It seems the final blueprints left 2 tiny rooms at the back of the house, one for James and one for his parents. They were called bedrooms, but from what I heard, they were more like large closets. Apparently, the rooms were so small that if you put a double bed in one, you wouldn't have room for anything else. So each room had bunk beds put in them instead. I don't know how James is going to get another wife now. It must have been embarrassing enough to say that he lives with his parents, but now he lives with his parents in his brother's wife's house. That, and if he wants to bring a woman over, she'll have to sleep in his bunk bed. On the plus side, I hear that James did find a new job. The only problem is he only makes a fraction of what he made before, and he still has to pay rent to live in Rowan's wife's house. In order to save enough money to move out, I hear he eats nothing but macaroni and cheese now. And while Rowan's wife sits at the same dinner table eating nothing but the most expensive foods she can find. I wonder how he feels about living with such a beautiful woman now. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time.